All right. So if we look at the first part, this is just like what we were doing yesterday. We have something squared and then an inequality to 49. So x minus 6 to the second power is greater than 49. So again, just like we did yesterday, to get rid of the square, we have to take the square root. That will mean that x minus 6 is greater than positive or negative 7. So again, we'll have to rearrange this into two separate inequalities. So it's going to be greater than 7, and it's going to be greater than negative 7. So if I add 6 to both sides, x is greater than 13. And if I add 6 to both sides, negative 7 plus 6 is negative 1, so it's also greater than negative 1. So x is greater than 13, or x is greater than negative 1 should be our answer for that first one. All right, here's where things start to get crazy. Not really. Hopefully this will be easy once we start to go over them. So we have 1 divided by x, or 1 over x equals 3. I'm going to do something that might be strange, but it means the same thing. If I have 3, it's the same as having 3 over 1, right? 3 divided by 1 is 3. So I did that, and now I have a fraction equals a fraction. And if you remember back to elementary math, when we have a fraction equaling a fraction, we can cross multiply. So I can have x times 3 on my one side, which is 3x, and 1 times 1 on my other side, which is 1. So I'll have 3x equals 1. Now, it's just a one-step equation. 3 times x, the opposite to undo that would be to divide by 3. And if we divide by 3, we just get x equals and 1/3, or 1 divided by 3. So our answer there would be 1/3. And again, leave them as a fraction, because if I change that to a decimal, 1/3 is a decimal. If you plug it into your calculator, is 0.33333, 0.3 repeating. And if you just write 0.3, that's a different answer, so that would be marked wrong. So just leave it as 1/3. You can leave these things as fractions. That's totally fine. Number 3 is very similar, but we have fractions on both sides. So again, if you remember back on how to solve these, we have to cross multiply. So I'm going to set that up. So the top times the bottom, 1 times x minus 2, is just going to be x minus 2, so I'll leave it out. If you want me to put it in parentheses and put the 1, I can do that. Equals x times 3 again is 3x. So again, 1 times this would just be x minus 2, and that equals 3x. So to get rid of my x, I'm going to subtract 1x on both sides. And well, negative 2 equals 2x. I'm going to move it up here. So negative 2 equals 2x. So to get rid of the 2 here, we have 2 times x. I'm going to divide. So dividing by 2 on both sides, negative 2 divided by 2 should give you negative 1. And 2 divided by 2 is 1, so that just leaves us with x on that side. So negative 1 is our solution here. All right, number 4 again is similar, but again, just like number 2, I have 3 on my right side, so I need to change this to a fraction. So 3 is the same as 3 over 1. Now I have fractions on both sides, so I can cross multiply. 1 times 1 plus x equals 3 times x, which is 3x. So again, 1 plus x equals 3x, and we can subtract my x on both sides, and I'll have 1 equals 2x. Just making sure that's different. So 1 equals 2x. Now I need to divide by 2, because 2x is 2 times x, and I will get 1/2 equals x. And again, it's fine to leave it as a fraction, although 1/2 clearly has 0.5, that's an equivalent decimal. It's just easier to leave as a fraction. All right, here comes a challenge problem. We have 4 divided by x equals x. Just like numbers 2 and 4, x is the same as x divided by 1. That would still give you x. So now I can cross multiply. 4 times 1 is 4, and x times x is x to the second power, or x squared. Now I need to solve for x. I have what x squared equals, so again, I need to take the square root. Square root of 4 is plus or minus 2. And square root of x squared is x. So I have 2 and negative 2 as my solutions to this one.